And of course, this one is a competitive racing game where players are going to be part of a racing team, controlling their cars and trying to be the first to get one of their cars across that finish line. An interesting aspect of this game is that players are going to be taking turns moving their cars around the track, but the amount of movement you get depends on a few factors. First, there is the tile that you're starting on, and that's going to determine what gear your car is in. You're going to be combining this with one of your speed cards to determine what your overall movement will be, and then you're also going to be adding a tire bonus depending on the condition of your tires. Something I really like about this is how your position on the board really impacts the amount of movement that you're going to be able to get, so you might want to pull back some of your movements on some turns to get on a tile that will set you up better for the following turn. But then you might be asking, why don't I always just play my most powerful cards anytime I play a turn to get the most movement? And there's a few different reasons for that. They can cause additional tire damage, they can stress your driver, drain your battery, and you also have a limited amount of cards. And you do want to keep some of your better ones when it comes to overtaking the other players. If you're playing with the advanced rules, each of the boards will also have a speed limit, and if you go over that amount, you're going to have to roll the crash die to determine if you spin out of control. But another reason that you're going to watch where you end your movement is because some of these sections of the boards can actually allow for slipstreaming and allowing players behind you to possibly overtake you a little bit easier. So this is just another reason that moving as far as possible on your turn is not always the best strategy, and I really love this aspect of the game because this is a Formula 1 race and it is not about your track time to move around a single lap. This is a long-term race and you're going to be trying to maximize your overall performance over the entirety of the race. And this game offers 3 different ways that you can overtake your opponent. You can just use your basic movement to overtake them if you are at least 1 lane away, which means that there's a gap in between you. Or if the opportunity presents itself, you can use that slipstreaming, which I just mentioned. But other than those 2 ways, anytime that you are passing another player, you're going to have to challenge them by choosing one of your speed cards, and then your opponent choosing a speed card, and then simultaneously revealing. This is why it's so important to make sure that you're keeping some of those more powerful cards in your hand, because not only do you want to pass other people, but you also want to defend against other people passing you. With everything I'm seeing for this one, this does look like a game that does a fantastic job of simulating the Formula Racing. And if you're a fan of Formula Racing, or if you think this game just sounds like a lot of fun, you can definitely check it out in the description below. But there are some additional rules associated with wheel-to-wheel driving and some advanced rules that you can include depending on how you want to play the game. But like I said, this one will be linked down in the description below, and of course you can click to get notified. And if you do follow along before it launches, you'll get a few extra cards added to your pledge.